Okay, y'all can see my screen?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about social studies and celebrations, traditions, and symbols. Oops. So before we get started, we're going to look at today's goals. So for that, it's just going to be look at symbols and traditions. Use the words past, present, and future to talk about time. Read and talk about your own writing and drawings, and use correct vocabulary when talking about symbols and traditions. Before we start, we're going to talk about our classroom expectations. Oh, and by the way, this is like off topic, but I made like what I would have as a anchor chart. So like instead of having goals and expectations on a PowerPoint, these things would be things that were like in my classroom already. So like for expectations, the students could like point to like where it is in the room. So before we start, we know our 4 classroom rules, which is to keep our hands and feet to ourselves. Again, like students would like point to where it says it around the room. Listen for directions, keep our mouths closed when others are talking, and raise our hands when we have something to share. So first we're gonna start, and again, I have what would be an anchor chart, but for the sake of like being online, this is what I have. So who thinks they know what holidays are? Does anybody have an idea of what a holiday is? Yeah, go ahead, Emily.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's a good example of a holiday. A holiday is a special day that we set aside to spend time with our families and our friends to celebrate something. So Valentine's Day is like the day of love, and you're supposed to go out with maybe your husband or your wife or your mom or your dad or your friends and have dinner together and just celebrate being with each other. So sometimes on holidays, we won't have school or have to go to work. Days like New Year's or Christmas, stuff like that. But then there's other holidays like Halloween where we go to school and then later after school, we'll go home and not do anything else except get in our costumes and go out and trick or treat. So that's what holidays are. What holidays do you celebrate? You can each take a turn and say one holiday that you celebrate. Yeah, go ahead, Ashley.
Christmas.
Christmas. Emily, what holiday are you thinking of?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. That's great. Okay, so now we're going to quickly watch a couple little short videos about some special holidays that are really important for kindergartners. You can see my screen, right?
Mhm.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day is the third Monday in January. On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. and his, along with many others, fight against racism in the United States.
So now we're going to come back to our Olympic. Who knows what racism is and who Martin Luther King Jr. was? Does anybody know? Okay, that's okay. So racism is when people think that maybe they're better or other people think that maybe they're better than other people because of the color of their skin. Martin Luther King Jr. led people to understand that everybody wants to be treated equally no matter what they look like. So the next one is President's Day, and we just talked about presidents with Miss Emily.
President's Day is on February 16th. President's Day is celebrated on George Washington's birthday and is a day reserved for honoring America's presidents, past and present.
Okay, so we already talked about presidents. So who can remind me what a president is?
Someone who leads the country.
Exactly, somebody who leads the country. And presidents get to make laws and rules that we all follow. The next one is the 4th of July.
Independence Day is July 4th. On the 4th of July, Americans celebrate the day that they gained independence from England.
Who can share something that they do on Independence Day, the 4th of July? Yeah, go ahead, Emily.
I watch fireworks.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's exactly what I was going to say. Fireworks, and we dress up wearing red, white, and blue, like these balloons and this heart right here. Okay, and then the last one is Thanksgiving.
Americans. Hanukkah.
Oops. Hold on.
Thanksgiving is on the fourth Thursday in November. On Thanksgiving, Americans have a feast to celebrate the discovery of America and the first interactions between Europeans and Native Americans.
Okay, so who can tell me if they celebrate Thanksgiving, what they do to celebrate Thanksgiving? Yeah, go ahead, Ashlyn.
Eat dinner with my family.
Eat dinner. What kind of dinner do you always have on Thanksgiving?
Turkey.
Turkey. Do you have pizza on Thanksgiving?
Mm-mm.
You have turkey on Thanksgiving every single year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that leads us into our next topic of a tradition. So, who knows what a tradition is? Yeah, go ahead, Emily.
So it's something that you do every year.
Yeah, something that you do every year. And it's something that we hope that when we grow up and we have our own families, that our kids will want to do with their kids. And it goes on and on and on. And our grandparents and our great grandparents all did these same traditions, just like Ashlyn said, eating turkey every Thanksgiving. So, what are things you do to celebrate holidays every single year? So, what's a tradition that you like, your favorite tradition that your family shares that you would want to share with the class? Yeah, go ahead, Ashlyn.
Every Christmas morning, my family has a big brunch, and we eat brunch together.
That sounds good. Emily, did you have something too?
On Christmas Eve, we always bake cookies.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I'm gonna come over to your house. Okay, so now we have a video. They're really quick, just 4 little videos. And this is traditions about birthdays in different countries. So we all celebrate Thanksgiving here with turkey, but maybe in other places they don't do that. So this is how people around the world celebrate their birthdays.
Hi, I am from China. At my birthday party, my family and friends eat noodles together and wish me a long life. Hi.
Okay, and then we have India next.
Hi, I am from India. On my birthday, I wear a colorful dress to school. My best friend gives out chocolates to my friends.
Hi.
Okay, and then we have Mexico. Oops.
I am from Mexico. At my birthday party, I wear a blindfold and hit a piñata until it breaks open. Then we all share the candy inside.
Hi.
Okay, and the last one is here from the United States, like how we celebrate birthdays.
Hi, I am from the United States. At my birthday party, I make a wish and blow out the candles on my birthday cake. If I blow them all out, my wish will come true.
You heard it here first. All right, so those are ideas of traditions. I think I already told you this, but I have another anchor chart, basically the same thing for traditions. And yes, so that was traditions of birthdays. So every year that's what they do in those different countries. So just because it's a tradition doesn't mean it's going to be the same for everyone everywhere. All right, and then what are symbols? Who knows what symbols are? Yeah, Ashlyn.
Something to represent something else.
Exactly. So symbols are marks, signs, or words that are used to represent something else or stand for something else. When you look at a group of symbols, you should be able to tell what somebody is talking about. So if I take my highlighter, which I know it's going to be yellow, and it can't be, and I circle these up here, what do you think that these symbols are representing? Yes, Emily.
A birthday.
A birthday. And what about these symbols down here?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, exactly. So when you have a group of symbols, you know exactly what it's trying to say. So think of your favorite holiday in your brain and think of a couple symbols that might represent that holiday. And raise your hand when you have one. Yes, okay, take turns. Go ahead, Emily, you go first.
Christmas. And I think some symbols are Christmas tree and presents.
Good job, that's awesome. Ashlyn, what was your holiday?
She took mine.
Oh, okay. Do you have another one?
For Thanksgiving, maybe a turkey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what symbols make us think of what holidays. So I have 6 symbols on the screen. Each of you are going to pick one. So do you have one in your brain? Okay, Ashlyn, you want to go first this time? Which one did you pick?
The pumpkin, and that represents Halloween.
Oh, good job. Okay, so I'm going to write an A next to the pumpkin. And Emily, which one do you want to look at?
The hearts.
The hearts. And what holiday does that remind you of?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Ashlyn, why does a pumpkin remind you of Halloween?
Because me and my family always carve pumpkins on Halloween.
Good job. And Emily, why do hearts remind you of Valentine's Day?
Because when I give out Valentines, they have hearts on them.
Good job. Okay, so if we look at a Christmas tree, what holiday do you think it reminds us of?
Christmas.
Christmas. And if we look at a 4-leaf clover, what holiday does that remind us of?
St. Patrick's Day.
And what about when we look at a red, white, and blue firework?
4th of July.
And a turkey.
Thanksgiving.
Exactly right. Good job. Okay. So now that we have looked at all of our symbols, we're going to talk about where they go and what they have to do with a calendar. So we have the hearts up here, and Emily told us that the hearts represent Valentine's Day. So something you can do with symbols is put them on a calendar so that your calendar, using symbols is a creative way to mark when a holiday is. So if I know that Valentine's Day is on February 14th, what might I do with these hearts to represent that Valentine's Day is here without writing out Valentine's Day?
Put the hearts in the box.
Exactly, right. What is happening? Anyway, those are supposed to go down there. Okay, and then same thing with March. I forget when this. What is happening? Why are they not going? That's sad. Hold on. Okay, well, anyway, they were supposed to move. So this would go down here. And then what about St. Patrick's Day? I don't remember.
You would move the symbol on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, do you know when St. Patrick's Day is?
17th.
Oh.
Good job, Emily. And what about Independence Day?
Move the fireworks in July the 4th.
Perfect. And what about Halloween? Ooh, this one looks like it might work.
Move the
There it
pumpkin.
goes. And what about November for Thanksgiving? Everybody know what Thanksgiving is? Thanksgiving is always the 4th Thursday of November. And then Christmas?
The 25th.
25th. Good job. So these are all ways that we can represent something. So another thing we could do is say December 7th is my birthday. So I might take like a balloon and draw a balloon. Oh God, that's a balloon. Yeah. Anyway, that's a balloon. And those are easier ways and more creative ways. So then we could just look at a calendar like this and be able to tell that there's two special holidays in December, Christmas and birthday. And you can figure out whose birthday is whose when, like, because you'll know because it's your own calendar. Okay, so now before we go, it's your turn. I want you to think in your brain if your favorite holiday can be the same as the other person next to you, and draw at least 3 symbols in the box that represent that holiday. And once you're done drawing your 3 symbols, write 2 or 3 sentences describing your holiday and what you drew for your drawings. So that's it for that. And okay, so extension. If like I have time left over, I would let more kids like share, because obviously this way there's only 2 of y'all, but I wrote somewhere in this that oh, maybe it was on my other one, but anyway, oh yeah, 3 students. So I would like limit how many students are sharing, but obviously it'd be more than 2 people sharing one thing, you know. So I would allow more students to share, and we'll discuss how some families celebrate the same things and some families celebrate different things. And then if I'm running out of time, I would cut down the videos. Like those ones at the end are like not those ones about the birthday. They're hard to get through. So I could take those out easily and just talk about how like we don't all share the same things. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
That was so good.
That was really good.
Thanks. Wait, also before I end this, I want to show like my thing really quick. So this would be goals. It would take up like a whole thing, and expectations would also take up a whole thing. Probably be more colorful than this, because in my CT's classroom, he has it's more similar to like what my slide looked like. So where it said like listening for directions or whatever, there was like a big ear that like the students helped him draw. So it was like this big fun thing that they all made together, and then he always refers back to. And then holidays, instead of like them sitting and staring at a screen and just talking about it, I would write down like what we're talking about. Same thing with traditions, and then same thing with symbols. And that would obviously be on a bigger ink chart. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome.